Stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands here for Tyler, will that work? That works. Alright. Hello everybody. First off, I'd like to thank you all for coming to help us celebrate Lance and Laura. Lance and Laura, thank you so much for inviting me to share some words for you and with everybody. Kind of just tell some of the stories we've been together and experiences and all that stuff. So if you don't know me, my name is Tyler, and Lance and Laura are some of my closest friends. I think it's pretty funny how we became friends, because Lance is actually the same age as my little brother. And I don't know if you guys have little brothers, but they're legitimately some of the most frustrating creatures that have ever been created. Now, it might be because Lance is not my little brother, and his older brothers might disagree with me, but he's never felt like a little brother, he just felt like another one of the boys, you know? I went to school with Lance's older brother, Weston. So, whenever Lance was in town to visit Weston, he'd tag along and hang out with us, you know, classic little brother. We'd always have a good time, but we weren't necessarily friends, because we'd only hang out a couple hours every other semester, so. Now, Weston and his wife Lindsay, my twin Tim and his wife Des, we'd all take a pilgrimage out west to Disneyland every year. And so for the last trip out west, Weston asked us, he said, hey, is it cool if Lance comes along? And I said, heck yeah, this fifth wheel needs a travel buddy. So he came along, and we honestly had a super great time. I remember one day for lunch, I got chicken tenders, because what else do you get, right? But Lance got this Chinese dish. And Lance's food was this long, skinny pepper. And this thing was at least 3 or 4 inches long. He picks it up, he looks at us and goes, guys, this isn't hot, I'm gonna eat it. And I can't handle anything remotely hot, so I'm like, dude, don't do it. There's so much to live for, don't, please. He didn't believe me. He went along and just stuck the whole thing in. Big old bite. Immediately, this guy starts coughing. His eyes are tearing up. He's already drank his water, so he's digging desperately for ice from the bottom of the cup. And we asked him if he was okay, but he was too prideful to say that he was anything besides, excellent, right? He was trapped in torture, and we were trapped because we didn't want to tell him we told him so. So Lance and I were sitting across from each other at the table, and we're at the end, right? And so the rest of us literally just turned and pretended like he wasn't there, and just had our own conversation and moved on. And it took this guy literally 15 minutes to come back into the conversation, not just be dying from this pepper. It was honestly really funny. But after that trip, we really bonded. Became pretty good friends. A year or so later, Lance and his stepbrother TJ, they were looking for an extra roommate, right? And I was looking for a place to live because my twin and his then girlfriend decided that they were going to get married and they no longer needed to live with a third wheel anymore. So I moved in with TJ and had a blast for a month or so over the summer, and we were waiting for school to start. So Lance could move in with us and complete the trio. Finally, the time came and Lance moved in with the help of his girlfriend, Laura. I was excited to meet her, and she fit in with us so well. And right off the bat, I could see how well they fit together, the way they looked at each other and joked. You could really see it. We all joked around, had a great time, talked way too late in the evening. Yeah, it was a great time. And so we honestly, we would do that every couple months, when she'd come down to visit us. Well, I guess she came to visit Lance, I was in there, so that's okay. So, Weston and Lindsay, a few years ago, invited a bunch of family and friends out to Disney World. And so the three of us took the pilgrimage out east and went to Disney World. After a week full of laughs and good times, and constantly visiting Lance's favorite bathroom, It was his favorite ride, right? We visited his favorite ride. That's okay, that's okay. A lot of acting trips. The last day we went to the Magic Kingdom. And unfortunately for us, the Magic Kingdom closed early that night because they were having like this special nighttime party. And I, being a great Disney aficionado, had been to one of these before, so I was telling everybody how great it was, the short wait times, the free snacks and drinks, right? The parades, and the magic that could be experienced at one of these parties. Well, my speech convinced a handful of the group members, including Lance and Laura, to attend the party. We had a blast, but one thing we miscalculated was how early our flights were the next morning. Additionally, the bus that was taking us from the hotel to the airport left about like 4 hours before the plane actually left, so we were in for an early morning. We all got up around 5:30 or so, and the girls in their hotel room had noticed that they were surprised Laura was still asleep. Well, you see, Laura's plane left about 2 hours before the rest of ours, and she was already supposed to be at the airport. So luckily though, Ubers are faster than buses, so we got her to the airport in the nick of time when she made her flight. So earlier this summer, Lance had an internship in Orlando. So of course, I went to visit him and forced him to come to Disney with me. And we had a blast, but throughout this trip, I could just feel the love radiating from Lance and Laura. Sure enough, about a month later, they were engaged. I'm sure I could speak more stories. I could tell how you guys love each other so much, but I think everyone here can see it themselves by how happy you two are tonight, how you look at each other. I think I speak for everyone here when I tell you, Lance and Laura, how much we all love you, how happy we are for both of you. So let's all raise a glass and wish Lance and Laura a long, happy life together, full of laughter. Woo!